All right, here we are again. This time I want to work on um, I want to work on the input system a bit more. So far, we've got the messages through the application, and they all start from the window class, and the messages come from the main loop. So as we said earlier, when we create a Windows application, there is a main event pump, as it is referred everywhere. Where is it? Well, actually, that is in the application, so it makes sense to be here. The main message pump looks like this. There is a version with get message with his which is blocking, but peak message is not blocking. So once it is done, once it's done getting all the message from the queue, it will just fall back to rendering if it's initialized. So what we're interested in getting into this loop is the translate and the dispatch, which will filter the messages by the procedures to be called. So they know which which window the message goes to. So the translate and the dispatch will just forward them to the right window proc. So the window proc is defined in the window class. So this is a pointer to um, our static function, and the static function does nothing but reading the context, which is set in the ANSI create message, which is forwarded at the beginning when the create windows is called, and this will in turn go to the window proc and forward the message, and from this we can retrieve the create struct. The create struct, which is a bunch of uh, these these parameters, and which are materialized, like when we set the default values, they get materialized into actual values, and as well as the pointer that we set for the context. So if since this is a static function, we don't have any context. Why are these scroll bars so small? We don't have any context, and this will give us a context. So the context come from here. We set the context into a memory region in the window. So there are memory regions that we can use to store a little bit of data, and so we store the pointer to our create param, and later on we can retrieve this pointer. We can do a very unsafe cast. I don't know what happens if there is garbage, but hopefully not. We are only managing our own windows, so I don't think we're gonna get any other things we haven't created in this thread. So okay, so once we get the context, we can just forward it to the in context handler. So the handy thing of the in context handler is that we can then forward events to the function pointers, and the function pointers are used in our main context, the Windows context, the application instance. Oh, this is so hard. Why is this so small? There must be a way to make them bigger. Customize. No, there's no way to make them bigger. Yes. Need to mess with the settings. Scroll editor, scroll, appearance, scroll bar, appearance, show scroll bar, highlight, caret blinking. Wait, what? This appearance, scroll bar, use contrast scroll bar. What is that? That didn't do anything. Well, it is much more contrasted, but I want it bigger. Oh, I guess the way to do that is to not resize only the text, but I'm going to resize the whole IDE. 125, 150. Oh, that is too much. Okay, 125 should be in between readable and compositable for me. What was I talking about? I always get lost. Let me quick check. Quick chat. Okay, so the mesh bump, yeah. Okay, so we got on resize, we got on wheel, we got on mouse move, we got left down, left up. We might need right. Yeah, let's do the rights. Right, it's gonna be R and R, and they should not point to the left. So right, which don't exist yet. Right and right. Set capture. What happens if I call set captures multiple times? Who knows? We will find it out. And right. Give me right callbacks. Maybe 3 columns is a bit too much. I will, yeah, let me move this on this side. The app, that side. Close all the unnecessary contexts. Modules. And I need these 2 functions to be right. Call is correct. How do I jump from one window to another? Navigate, select, jump to, navigate to file, jump, select in. Jump to navigation bar. What is navigation bar? Is there no way to navigate between columns? Switch. Cool hierarchy. Okay. Whatever. I can't. No, this is gonna flip between files. Okay, whatever. Guess I'm gonna be mousing on this one. So we got the function pointers. Need to call them on the app. Yeah, now it's time to jump on the app on this side and materialize those actual handlers. Give me a right. Give me a right. And they are not, they won't be doing anything, but we want to leave and update the log. Good. They have no purpose so far because we have not wired them into these. Right points to the right version. This is really not fun to code. It's very repetitive and the auto completion is not helping me much. But let's see what happens now. So the first question is, does it compile? And the second question is, does it run? It does compile, it does run. I can move, but I have no idea why I always end up. Because it's a cube. Why is it rendering the cube? I thought I told it not to render the cube. So the cube rendering happens in the app. And guess in the render. Here's why is so cursed. This is so cursed. Like what the? Render, begin rendering. So this is all the updating stuff. So this updates the uniforms and render pass. Okay, all the render pass stuff. Let me comment this. Render pass setup, begin rendering, end rendering, and submission. Well, and render pass. Okay, but submission happens later. This is all the render pass. And this update is a bit tricky. We need to refactor this. I don't like it the way it is. So the renders should be agnostic to what is the mode. Let's see. Okay, so by the cubes. So here's where the cubes get rendered. And I don't want them to render if we are not in XR mode. So let's just say you shall render when you are in XR mode. Nice. I should get them out of the way. Okay. It is doing good. Now, what if I want to hold the shift key? dragging, mouse moving. So the mouse has the ability to tell whether you are holding modifiers, but also the key itself. And what am I interested into? Well, I might keep the mouse down and should I instead fetch the system key? Key down, key down. Let me log the key down events. Log key down, key code. W, okay. We get the key code, and if I press shift and I get the key code, okay. Control, get the key code. Not for alt. Okay, alt is a system, I guess. And win, I guess the key code for the win key. Okay, that is good. VK escape. I guess this isn't gonna compile on Android so far, but let's focus on getting this done for Windows for now. I want to shift. So if I hold shift, when I hold shift, this needs to go a bit slower. That should be as easy as if keys of VK shift. It's Vulkan uses enumerations. Yeah, not just enumerations, unfortunately. VK shift, left shift. It was 16, right? Oh, come on. Shift. It was 16, so it should. Shift. Can you tell me what's the value? 16. Good. So if shift is enabled, let's speed. So speed is going to be, let's not shift. Speed is going to be, is shift enabled? We're going fast 2 times, or slower. Yeah, let's go slower actually. 0.25. Otherwise, it's going to be 1. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. So the camera position will move forward by the speed. Okay, that was easy. That was so easy that it can't fail. It can't fail, can it? Okay, going forward, I press shift, we go super duper slow. Nice. Go fast, go slow. Go fast and go slow. Slow. Great. Now, should we look into something more advanced? Game input API on Windows. How does that work? So this guy mentioned about game API, game input create. Get current reading. Now that looks fairly simple. More than 4 controllers, joystick, H2, racing wheels, full HD, full HID access, raw input. Oh, this looks pretty good. Game input API. So what do I need? Is this the most modern way of handling input? Yes. Cool. I want to use the Win95 version. Direct input or X input. Row input. Low level keyboard. Oh, that must be fun. And game input. Okay. This looks very fun, but I want to leave it for the next challenging stream at this point. Yeah, I might keep this short, and the next stream I want to deal with game input. Looks fun. I have an Xbox controller. Hopefully it should work with it. I'm not sure if it's gonna work with these controllers. Can I even attach these controllers as a Bluetooth devices? Can I? Let's see. Can I attach Quest controllers to PC? Yes, you can. Okay, they don't just advertise themselves. Usually see them as unknown Bluetooth device. No input data will come through unless you have a meta runtime handling them. Oh. Okay, never mind. Never mind. So just out of curiosity, does this still work with a simulator? Haven't tried a simulator in a while. So that should be setting. So set policy execution. Okay. And then activate simulator run. Is it done? No, it's not done because I need to run this as a super user, and again set policy and run activation. Hello. Okay, that's done. Let's run this. Shall we run it? No, not really. That's not great. You're not running me. Why? Ah, Chi. Hello. No, Chi. I'm busy. Come on the outside. Okay. There you go. Well, images. What is happening here? No, that's not what I wanted to break. So it's trying to read. What is it trying to do? On resides. There is the app, but window is no. Oh yeah, of course. This only needs to happen when the window when it's not in XR mode. So if not XR mode, do the resize. That should fix the issue. Okay, oh nice, we are back in. And this is VR mode. It looks great. Looks super cool. Alright, still working. Nice. Guess we are done for this session, and see you the next one with the exciting gamepad input. Ciao.